Welcome to the Empire Boxing Breakdown. My name is Dan Norman, and today we're going to be talking about the fight between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. coming up. Let's get into it. All right, so starting off with Lamont Roach, in order for him to win this fight, he's going to have to be strategically sound. He's going to have to be very sharp, very focused, and he can't get complacent with his defense. So being an orthodox boxer, he's fighting Tank Davis, who's a southpaw boxer. And that means that he's going to have to keep his lead foot on the outside of Tank Davis so that he can exit out to the left-hand side after he throws his punches. Now, some of the punches I see him throwing are probing jabs, hooking off the jab, coming with the right hand down the middle, whether it's to the body or to the head, and then slipping to the left-hand side, throwing the left hook to the body or to the head. So he's going to want to mix these up throughout the fight. And then after he throws his punches, angle off and move to the left-hand side. Now, he's not going to do that the entire fight. I think from time to time, he should move to his right as well so that he can keep Tank Davis guessing. You don't want to be predictable in boxing. So the biggest thing is I think Lamont has to outpoint Tank Davis round after round by outboxing him and just outsmarting him at the end of the day. So if he can do that and dance along that fine line of having enough offense without getting too engaged in the war, he'll avoid a lot of those big shots, and he has to keep Tank Davis turning so that Tank can't really set up his punches. The other thing that Tank is really good at is luring his opponents into traps, and Lamont can't play that game. He has to stay focused, fight his fight, and if he gets in trouble, he has to tie him up, try to recover, walk him backwards to the ropes, and then go back to the center ring and continue to box. He has to stay on top of his game plan, and he can't detour from that. Moving on to Tank Davis, in order for him to win this fight, he's going to have to do what he always does, apply mental pressure, walk him down, and box on the outside, try to download information. I think that he should use a lot of feints to help him see the reactions that he gets from Lamont Roach. Lamont hasn't fought on this stage, so it's going to be a big test for him. Not only is he fighting a really good boxer, but he's also fighting at a higher level. And a lot of times that can cause a boxer to be nervous and drain their energy faster. Lamont is also moving up in weight, so there's a lot of factors as far as like what his conditioning will be like, what his power will be like. So Tank Davis has a lot of advantages going into this fight. So as Tank kind of figures out Lamont Roach's movements and what his strategy is, I think Tank will slowly start to close the distance and open up more. I think that he should focus heavily on the body early in the fight to try and slow Lamont down, and then come upstairs with his big left hand down the middle, his right hook, and so forth. I think over the rounds, Tank Davis is going to try and increase the pressure and his output, and he's going to try and set up some traps. Sometimes he'll be a little bit aggressive. Sometimes he'll kind of sit back a little bit to try and lure Lamont Roach, make him feel like he's getting some type of confidence, and then he'll set that trap and set him with a counter punch, try to knock him out. So I think that Tank Davis, he has a lot more experience at this level, and he's going to really try to use that to his advantage. So he just has to stick to his game plan. He has to try and avoid losing on points because he does do that sometimes, and he almost gets in situations where he kind of needs a knockout. And luckily for him, he's been able to do it every time, but you don't want to do that too many times because your luck will run out. My final prediction, I have Tank Davis winning by TKO in the later rounds. I think that Lamont Roach is going to have success in the first half of the fight. I think he might even be able to outbox Tank Davis for a while. But Tank, being Tank, is very experienced, very smart. He's very good at luring his opponents into traps. And I think eventually he's going to be able to find that one shot that will hurt Lamont Roach and take him out.